Welcome back. It's been a while since I've opened up some new art supplies with you all, so let's first start with this package I received from Choosing Keeping. Choosing Keeping is a beautiful stationery store in London and a really old friend to this channel that prioritizes researching and developing where they source their products, resulting in a really special curation of unique, unusual, and timeless items. They have a really unique selection of art supplies, so I'm always eager to see what new items they've sourced. With every package I've received from them, I'm always stunned at the amount of time and care they take to package each item. If you choose to get your items wrapped, each one comes in beautiful artisanal paper and silk ribbons, topped with the shop's iconic bird sticker. The first item I pulled out is a colored pencil set from Holbein. Holbein is one of my favorite art companies. They are a Japanese company that I personally really love because my first set of watercolors were from Holbein. Besides the fact that the packaging and graphics of these pencils are stunning, these are artist-grade pencils that are incredibly smooth, rich, and opaque. This set is a concentrated version of their larger 50 pencil set that highlights only the muted pastel shades. They felt especially fitting because of the bright spring weather lately. I'll play around with these more in my sketchbook later on, but for now, let's just open up the next item. One thing I love about Choosing Keeping is how they connect with many other smaller independent shops and craftsmen while sourcing their products, and this next item is a prime example of that. These are dry pastels made by Rebecca Wallace and Pip Seymour, who are two artists and color specialists. They are based in North Yorkshire in the north of England. The set was exclusively created for Choosing Keeping and are meant to recreate the feel and color shade of natural mineral semi-precious stones. Examples of these stones are rubies, azurite, malachite, sodalite, fluorite, and dioptase. Each pastel is hand-formed and are incredibly soft and velvety. They can be used wet or dry, so you can make some really versatile textures with these. The set of colors for this specific set are so light and soft, but at the same time are packed with the maximum amount of pigment. Because each one is made by hand, they have this raw quality to them that I really love. The next item I opened were these oil pastels from Japan. I actually just did a video about oil pastels that I'll link on the screen, so I was really excited to receive these. These oil pastels are actually really interesting because they are essentially freezing a point in history when oil pastels were first produced. These oil pastels reference 1928 and are presented in its original packaging and design, where during the Taisho period in Japan, oil pastels first originated. Oil pastels are really fun because they almost defy perfectionism and encourages imprecision, leaning towards a more free-form and experimental expression, which is a style that is closely linked with the era of Impressionism. So I'm going to recommend looking at my last video to see how I've been using oil pastels, but these pastels specifically have been so much fun to use because of their vibrant color and buttery consistency. Let's take a quick moment and thank the sponsor of this video, GreenChef. GreenChef is a CCOF certified organic company that has meal kit options for every lifestyle: keto, paleo, vegan, vegetarian, fast and fit, Mediterranean, and gluten-free. This was my first time using a meal kit service, and I honestly think I'm hooked. The box includes fresh produce and premium proteins, and I ended up making a few recipes with my brother, who I never get to cook with nowadays. It was so easy because GreenChef includes all these different recipes and ingredients which come pre-measured, perfectly portioned, and mostly all prepped, so it was all super low stress. As you follow the recipes, GreenChef makes cooking so easy because they provide step-by-step instructions, chef tips, and photos to guide you. Cooking the GreenChef meal with my brother was such a fun and wholesome activity. I can't wait to do it again with my friends. Use my code CHEFPAIR130 to get $130 off plus free shipping on your first box, or check out the link in the description box below. Go to greenchef.com for more details, and again, thank you to GreenChef for sponsoring this video. Okay, so from Choosing Keeping, I also received this Italian straw paper sketch pad, which is made from natural straw pulp, originally used for frying and serving foods. It's produced by a family-owned art shop called Ragazzi, who have been making artist materials since 1925. I love drawing on toned paper, and the unique texture and grain of this paper has been a dream to draw on so far. I also received these really cute cat and dog jelly stickers that are really reminiscent of the 80s, but I also grew up with them in the early 2000s, so sticking these onto my planner really threw me back in time for a second. I'll be playing around with these supplies later on in the video, but before that, let's go through some more parcels that I received in the mail. So recently on Instagram, I've been seeing a stationery company called OddOrange pop up on my feed, and I ended up ordering 2 of their sketchbooks. The founder is a fellow artist here on YouTube called Morgan Grice, and she hand binds all of these different notebooks and sketchbooks using 100% recycled paper. I love that the packaging of the sketchbooks, as well as the sketchbooks themselves, are sustainable. What I really loved about watching Morgan's process on YouTube on making these sketchbooks is how thoughtful she is in considering the artist's needs above all else. You can tell that every aspect of the sketchbook is meticulously thought out, from its lay flat quality, the weight of the paper, end paper illustrations, info cards containing historical information about the background of the sketchbook cover colors, down to the overall branding. I've been really enjoying drawing in my B6 150 GSM fine grain sketchbook in emerald green, and I'm really excited to see how OddOrange grows their line. Once I'm done with this sketchbook, I'm definitely going to pick up a few more. So the next thing I received in the mail that I thought I'd share was an order that I placed on 10x10. This is a Korean marketplace that I used to kind of online window shop on during high school, and I recently revisited it and ordered a few things from their stationery section. So the first thing I got was this canvas pencil pouch that has a zipper compartment. I was thinking about using this to hold my art supplies so I can just throw it into my bag or something, but I'm actually starting school again, so I'm not too sure if I'll use it for that instead. I don't really know yet. I also got these really nice masking tapes, one in red and the other in green. I always carry around masking tape in my bag, and also, if you know me, I don't know, I love tape, so I thought that I would get a few more while I was ordering from here. Plus, I really liked the more retro and versatile design of these ones. I love pens, and I especially love Korean ballpoint pens. They're kind of different. They are so smooth and easy to write with while having a really fine and precise tip. Ballpoint pens are also really nice to draw with because you can go over them with water or any kind of medium without worrying about the ink bleeding. Growing up, I loved Miffy, and I think the pure graphics of the art of Miffy left a really huge impression on me. I picked up some postcards that feature some of the elements in the Miffy world, and I'm planning on just, I don't know, maybe just hanging them up in my room. Since I'm moving soon, I decided to get an alarm clock for my room. I'm hoping that this will prevent me from setting like 10 alarms on my phone that go off in the morning, but we'll see. I kind of doubt it. So I wanted to show y'all some experiments I did in the OddOrange sketchbook using the art supplies I received from Choosing Keeping. First, I tested out the Holbein colored pencils and tried just some different techniques like layering different colors on top of each other to see if I could get new colors out of them. Because of the limited number of colors within this pencil set, it was really easy to create an illustration with a cohesive color palette, but at the same time it didn't feel restricting or limiting at all. The paper of this sketchbook is just exactly how I like my sketchbook paper, where it's tough enough to handle different mediums, but also doesn't feel too thick and heavy to the point where it feels precious. The tooth and texture of this paper was also perfect. It wasn't smooth to the point where the colored pencils just felt like they were gliding around everywhere, but at the same time, the texture wasn't rough to the point where it felt like it was just eating away at the pencil. also tried to test with gouache on this paper and it performed remarkably. It was totally perfect. As expected, there was just a little bit of warping, but again, expected with any kind of paper with this weight. So that's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching until the very end. I'll see you in my next video where I will be showing the process of me moving into my new room and space, so stay tuned.